It's always been a plan for me to do gin when I moved out here and to distill the beer, because you have beer. It's a natural thing to distill alcohol for me. So it was kind of very happy. I was very happy when I found out, you can also distill alcohol. My name is Thomas Bilgram. I am a craft brewer in Vietnam. I moved out to Vietnam in 2016. I've been running a brewery called Furbu here. And my great inspiration is some of the big craft brewers who is doing a lot of different craft beers. As part of my diversity of interest, I also would like to produce alcohol. Our first meeting was I came and visited you in your home. I was introduced to you by an Australian who'd been living in Hanoi for many years. And he said to me when he met me, he said, you have to meet Laurent. He's just as crazy as you are.
I met Thomas 4 or 5 years ago, and it was bad luck for me because I stopped to drink beer. Some years ago, Thomas visited me with some beer samples and tasted. I fall in love with the beer, and Thomas offered me the opportunity to distill beer and to do some gin with him. So my name is Laurent Severac. I'm working in Vietnam since 27 years.
I had this beer that was off character to what I wanted to do, so we had you distill it and made some very nice alcohol out of that.
Yeah,
the first time.
Yeah, the first time it was super nice.
Yeah,
I love it. This is why we have to go further, in my opinion, to a super nice eau de vie de bière.
Yeah.
And it will be eau de vie de bière. Fabreau is mean continuity of the job you started here several years ago. It will be the fantastic finale for me, without nothing, just a physical process.
It was a very natural step for me to say, okay, how can we make a gin based on this that is have all the characters from the alcohol, which was extremely nice, but also still enough to actually call it a gin. A little bit of juniper and a little bit extra. I think I suggested you that you should be responsible for actually designing the recipe.
Yeah. To blend some juniper from Europa and some spice ingredient typically from Vietnam.
Yeah.
This is why I choose to associate the juniper with the kumquat, with something very typical from the North Vietnam, from where we are living, you and I. As we cannot find kumquat in center or south Vietnam. It's North Vietnam, and it's something very associated with that also, and with the winter season. Yeah,
because this is one of the things that this gin can do. You can actually drink it as a shot. You don't have to mix it with tonic. You don't have to make a cocktail out of it. You can drink it as a shot, as a digestive.
Yeah. This is, for me, is a way to distillate the white alcohol.
Yeah.
All the quality is here, nothing to hide. Don't need barrel, don't need oak, don't need vanilla, something. Some white eau de vie, is white.
Yeah.
Spirit of life in French. So some people treat the dishes with that, and maybe why not? We try with a Corona, okay? And when you have such a nice raw materials and your beer, you distill it, and you just have to add a few ingredients to make a final product. The juniper to be in a gin family, and some other ingredient as a top note. This is why I choose the kumquat from Hanoi.
Yeah. After we made the gin, I tried to sell it in different bars and restaurants around Vietnam, together with my beers. And I ended up talking with 2 Dutch people in Saigon. They absolutely loved it. And it's together with them that we decided to create the brand Brewstillery.
But the way to make the beer, you have the touch, the sensibility of the people. For me, I compare your beer with a natural wine maker. When you distill it, you have as the wine and the cognac or Armagnac at the end of dinner. And with your beer, we have the beer, and we have at the end a gin make out of the alcohol of the beer. This one for the starter, and this one at the end to finish the dinner. This is what I love in our project.
The gin is based on beer, which is, I think you described it as a noble input that gives a noble output at some point.
Exactly.
And you do the same when you make other high quality alcohols. You base it on wine instead of just sugar or sugar cane or rice or potatoes. And you can taste it. I mean, the beer flavors, the aromas from the malt, the slight touch of bitterness from the hops in the beer is still in there. It's mixed with the herbs and the spice, but it's not overpowered by it. And that was the original plan, not to overpower that flavor and that aroma in the alcohol.
Yeah.
Salut.
Skål. Skål.